Yeah, Big Mike, man. We're gonna do a little current event stuff right here. I know I don't do a lot of current event shit. I'm pretty much preoccupied with my life. I pretty much find my life to be much more interesting than a lot of this stuff that's going on out here in the ether, man. And right now we're gonna talk about especially stuff I really don't deal with, man, because it's part of the great game. If any of y'all know what the great game is, man, that's the whole divide and conquer situation, man. The oligarchs, social engineers, in order to maintain power and control, they put a whole bunch of stuff out here on the airwaves to divide and conquer America as a whole. You know, this narrative that, oh, the poor black man, he's being victimized. Look, there's another Negro that's being victimized by white daddy. Yeah, I mean, come on, man. And to see you niggas steadily falling in line with this drivel, man, this bullshit. I'm like, when y'all gonna wake up, man? When y'all gonna see that this is by design? I mean, come on, it's just ridiculous. So we got this brother, and I say that loosely, even though I don't know the brother, man. You know, his name is Jordan Neely. I believe it's up in New York. He was choked out by a white dude who used to be a Marine. Because he's like 23, 24 years old. Yeah, used to belong to that Semper Fi do or die. True to form, niggas is all up in the uproar. Once again, not knowing the secret sauce, not really knowing what happened, not really knowing what the situation was, just taking their cues from the media, getting the battery put in their back by the media, man. And I refuse to be a part of it, man. You know, bottom line is, if you see a situation like this that manifests, and you see it plastered all over the news, plastered all over social media, you know, you best believe that they want you to see it, and they want you to turn up about it. Believe that, man. So I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to give my prediction. My prediction will be that Mr. Neely was doing something very out of pocket, doing something very dangerous, and once again, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. No one ever waits for the facts to come in to see, should we really be turning up about this? No one ever waits for that, man. People just automatically, like I said, just automatically turn up, which is masterful by design due to the fact that the oligarchs, the social engineers, have dumbed down society to the point that this is the default setting of most folks, especially Negroes. And Big Mike has been fortunate enough to had a wealth of experience in dealing with situations like this, man. When dealing with use of force, when dealing with unruly Negroes. Yeah, I've got 10 years worth of experience. Actually, I would say 20 years, because before I got in corrections, you know, I was actively doing security in clubs and stuff. So, yeah, man. Check. I mean, bruh, I'm looking at the footage, man. And from what I've been told, I think this went on for maybe like 10, 15 minutes of them trying to subdue homeboy, man. You know, and I'm looking at the chokehold that was being applied on Mr. Neely, and that's not even a chokehold that you would apply to actually put somebody's lights out, man. I mean, if it took 10 to 15 minutes to actually subdue this dude, man, then that wasn't a textbook lights out chokehold, man. That was obviously a chokehold that was being used just to control his movements, man, just to subdue him, man. I've applied many a chokehold, man. And shit, you can't honestly say that this dude actually was trying to hurt or maliciously kill Neely with a chokehold that took 10 to 15 minutes to actually do its job, man. Fuck out of here, man. Once again, this is what an education in life will do for you, man. If you a dumbass nigga, man, and you watching this shit, and you ain't lived, and you ain't done nothing, and you ain't left your mama's basement, yeah, you would be outraged. But since I done some living, and I know exactly what the fuck I'm looking at when I'm looking at it, I'm like, yeah, man, I can tell, man, that this wasn't being done out of spite or being done maliciously. It's obvious, man. A real chokehold, an effective chokehold, when applied, you're out in 3 to 5 seconds. Okay? You heard me? Did you hear me? A real chokehold, a chokehold that's really meant to do your ass in and do some damage, you'll be out 3 to 5 seconds. And actually, that's the more humane chokehold, actually. Because there's a lot of cats who have actually been choked out because their brain has been denied oxygen. But if you see them go out, it's incumbent upon you to wake their ass up instantaneously, man, so they can get some blood flow back to their brain, man. But just giving y'all some FYI. The only way to deal with the majority of these niggas, man, is, violently. Use the force. It's almost impossible to talk sense into a nigga, man. You just can't do it. It's just almost impossible. Believe me, I tried, man. Believe me, I have tried. I mean, remember, I was telling y'all, man, that when I was in the prison, man, me and my partner, we were in charge of a block, and in that block you had maybe like 325 inmates that we had to supervise. And every now and then, bruh, I mean, we had to handle it like niggas. Let's put it to you that way, man. We had to do the booty call. And, the booty call was kind of messed up because, they wasn't allowed to pull no shanks, but we was allowed to use our sticks. Because we let them know, if we see a shank, we go, there's no doubt about that. But if I liked you, and I thought you had some sort of redeeming qualities, then we lowered it down a notch, man. We lowered it down a notch. And what that meant was, see, a lot of the convicts and inmates, there were certain spots in the block that was blind spots. And one of the main blind spots in the block was in the stairwells in the back of the block, right? And so a lot of times what they would do, they would go back there and they would handle their business. And they would thump, you know what I mean? And yeah, that's what Big Mike had to do sometimes, man. I would have to take off my badge, take off my radio, take off my stick, leave it up there at the front desk with my partner. And I was like, hey, check it out. I'm going to this back stairwell. I'll be back in like 10 minutes. Yeah. And we handled it, man. We handled it. Now, when we went to the back stairwell, there was only one rule. The main rule was you can't hit in the face. Because we don't want the higher-ups getting involved. And the best way that they gonna get involved is they see any sort of cuts, scrapes, bruises, abrasions on your face. They automatically gonna ask, hey, what's going on? How'd you get that? Who did that? You know what I mean? So I didn't need to be walking up out of there with no black eye, and the convict didn't need to be walking to chow. And then, some other CO handcuff him and take him to the captain's office because, he got some sort of gross injury to his face. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was the only rule, man. You just can't hit in the face. But everything else, anything goes. I kick in the balls. You can do single-digit manipulations, breaking fingers, whatever you want to do, you can do. Just don't touch the face. Couldn't touch the face, man. And consequently, I never had to do any booty calls, and I never had to go to the back stairwell with white inmates. I never had to. I know y'all saying, well, you just prejudiced, you just hate your own kind. No, it's a real thing, man. Niggas will truly take you there. They will truly push your buttons, man. Shit. When I told a white boy to lay it down, man, he laid it down, man. He was just like, hey, I'm good. You know what I mean? I ain't got time for the bullshit. Whatever you say, CO. But you talk to a black inmate, a black convict. Also, let me go ahead and just in full disclosure, man. Like, there may be some of y'all out there that just don't believe in the booty call concept, man. When we would actually go up in somebody's cell and we would, put in that work on their ass, man. And some of y'all would be saying, well, you wouldn't do that to every convict, man. I mean, case in point, like if you had someone who was the head of some sort of, like Le Emmett, you know what I mean? Of course, that don't really exist over in Southern Ohio. Not like it does on the West Coast, you know what I mean? In Texas and California, the black hand, the Mexican mafia or whatever. Anybody who was head of the Mexican mafia, you wouldn't be doing no booty calls on somebody who was head of the Mexican mafia. That's a death sentence. That's a death warrant. You wouldn't do that shit, man. But, here's the thing. And you're right. You know what I mean? That just wouldn't happen, man. Shit. I mean, you got to weigh the scales and shit. But, here's the thing about that. If you got a convict, man, and I say convict, a lot of y'all got to understand what the difference between convicts and inmates are, man. And I know this is kind of off topic, but then again, it ain't, man. I'm basically stating all of this shit because I believe that use of force was justified right about now. I believe it in my heart of hearts, man. Oh, I believe it already. While y'all believe the opposite, while y'all believe the obverse, I believe that nigga deserved to be choked out, man. But anyway, yeah, man. Like, in my situation, in my block, there was one dude who was actually a mafia hitman. He was serious business, and he was also an ex-Navy SEAL. Yeah, you don't really want no parts of that, man. But look, I've never had any troubles or any situation where I would have to booty call him, man. I remember the first day I met this dude, man. He will remain nameless because I still value my life. Shit. As far as I know, he's still locked up. He got triple, quadruple life. You know what I mean? He ain't never getting out, man. I've had conversations with him, man, and, he basically told me, man, he said, hey, there ain't no prison that can hold him, man. If he want to get the fuck out of there, he can get the fuck out, man. But he's like, who wants to live life on the run? You know what I mean? He said as soon as he would get out, where is he going to go? You know what I mean? He know that his goose is cooked, man. And he know that he wouldn't have one moment's rest or peace if he escaped, man. So he just said, fuck it. But I remember the first time I met him, I was doing cell shakedowns, right? And this is when I first got in the block. And I come across his cell, and bruh, when I go into his cell, it is pristine. It is ultra white in his cell, man. Nothing but white sheets, white linens. All he had was a TV, his locker box. All he had was just the bare essentials, man. When I walked in there, it reminded me of being in boot camp. When I went through his shit, man, he had all of his clothes rolled up, just how individuals would roll up their clothes in boot camp. Everything was dressed right, And I was just like, this is a military man right here. And not only just a military man, but, I mean, this is, to me, I got special forces vibes out of dude, man. You know what I mean? So when he came into the block, I hit him up. I was just like, man, where'd you serve? And then, he gave me some war stories, how he was in and out of Iraq and Kuwait and Afghanistan, man. I was like, oh, okay, man. And I told him, one love, appreciate your service, man. And look, every time there was a situation that came up, if this particular individual was out of pocket and he was doing something he wasn't supposed to do, which was like never, I think I had to say something to him maybe like twice the 5 years I was in that block. Shit. Well, matter of fact, he wasn't in that block 5 years. He was in there maybe like 2 years. And then he went to another block, man. He actually went to an honor dorm. You know what I mean? But yeah, I never had to say anything to him. See, that's the thing, man. When you're dealing with dangerous convicts, man, you ain't never gonna have to say nothing to them, bruh. Never. And I'm talking about your most dangerous convicts, man. Because your most dangerous convicts play for keeps, man. They not gonna play with you, man. They not playing no games. They know they in there for life. They know they ain't never getting out. This is their home. And if you choose to violate them, they know they ain't never getting out and they doing life, so shit. I mean, what's to stop them from slitting your throat, nigga? What? Get more life? They already not ever leaving. You know, so I had like maybe 2 dudes in my block, man. I was like the real deal. Like serial killer monsters. Like when you looked in their eyes, I mean, you seen the devil itself, you know, but they was just as nice as they could be. And they was just as accommodating and just as compliant. They didn't want no smoke. They didn't want no drama. But god damn it, man, if you brought it to their door, they was gonna give you what you was asking for, Jack. Trust to believe me, man. It was gonna be a horror show. Anybody fuck with them. Well, I'm saying, man, with this latest joint, man, with y'all being manipulated into being useful idiots, man, by the media. Yeah, when it all comes out, when all the information floods in, this nigga was out of pocket. He was doing something stupid. Cats was probably trying to reason with him, trying to rationalize with him. But for the most part, you know, it's almost impossible with niggas. You gotta beat them over the head just to get them to see the light. Trust and believe me, man. I know what I'm talking about. You don't care that one of your own has been brutalized? That's not one of my own, bro. It's just not. A lot of y'all on this so-called pro-black shit, man. Y'all talking about staying on code because white folks stay on code. I don't give a fuck what white folks do. If you an idiot, I ain't got time for you, man. If you're a dumbass nigga, I ain't got time to be playing games, to be supporting you, to be walking around the streets holding up signs. You a dumbass nigga, man. Just pass me by. Pass me the fuck by, man. If you on that George Floyd shit, find you another sucker, man. Okay? Find you another dupe that will actually support your criminal ass. Cause I ain't gonna do it, Jack. Holler at me when somebody of relevance actually gets hurt, killed, or maimed. Holler at me when an astrophysicist or a pediatrician gets wrongfully assaulted and murdered by somebody, man. Yeah, holler at me then, bro. But anyway, that's all I gotta say, man. Big Mike, once again, sickened by the low IQ bullshit that keep going on, and the low IQ Negro that forever falls hook, line, and sinker for media manipulation. Big Mike won't be a part of it. No, he shall not. No, he shall not. Big Mike and I'm out.